Welcome to Football Focus. I'm your host, Bob Parana. Hectic week, folks, real hectic. We decided to go ahead with an abbreviated edition of Football Focus this week. So, we're going to just kind of cover last week's action, take a look at what's coming up this week. And we have a special guest, though. We do have a special guest, and that is Ridgway Athletic Director Rick Viglione. Rick, he's going to be here to talk about the program's 600th victory, which the Elkers recorded Friday night in Smithport. He'll talk a little bit about his history with the Elkers. He's a 1970 Ridgway graduate and, about 50 years or so on the sidelines with the Elkers. But before we get to Rick, let's review Week 2. Port Allegany, Kane, Union, AC Valley, Karnes City, Punxsutawney, and Cameron County improved to 2-0 with wins last week. Following a 70-33 opening night win in Bradford, the Gators, last year's Class A state runner-ups, have amassed 461 rushing and 395 passing yards with running clock second halves. And the Gators, they beat 1-1 visiting Montauk 66-14. Matt Bodemer's Kane Wolves shut out 0-2 Coudersport 31-0 to spoil the Falcons' home opener. Kane is averaging 5.9 yards per carry, and the team's rushed for 559 yards. And the Wolves' defense has recorded 8 sacks and forced 4 turnovers. Union, AC Valley was a 26-22 Thursday night home victory over 1-1 Red Bank Valley. The Falcon Knights have rushed for 522 yards in their 2 wins. The Karnes City Gremlins, 61-6 Week 1 winners in St. Mary's, rolled again in their home opening 62-14 victory over winless Brookville. 9 Gremlins have scored touchdowns this season. Cameron County beat visiting winless West Branch 54-6. West Branch is from District 6. That was a non-league play. The District 9 and Region 4 Red Raiders have gained 575 yards rushing. In Week 1 at home, Cameron County beat Region 4 Bucktail from District 4 54-6. Bucktail received a forfeit from 0-3 Renaissance Academy. Punxsutawney won a shootout 49-35 in DuBois against the 101 Beavers. The balanced offense of the Chucks has gained 479 yards through the air and 430 on the ground. Jake Heigel's Brockway Rovers, exploreClarion, the Bradford Owls, and Ridgway picked up their first wins. In Brockway, the Rovers held off a late rally by Chris Dworick's winless St. Mary's Dutch 20-13. exploreClarion, last year's PIAA 3A state runner-up, got by 1-1 Keystone 30-12. Bradford handled winless Otto Eldred 28-16. And in Smithport, Mark Heindel's Elkers defeated the Hubbers 21-8. And that's your Week 2 recap. And now our guest, Ridgway Athletic Director Rick Viglione. Richard, how are you doing? And tell me a little bit about 600, dude. That's you've been there for quite a few of those.
The kids, some of the players teased me on Friday. They asked if I was there for win number 1. So, yeah, no, I've been here for a while.
It started, like I said, you graduated in 1970 at Ridgway and then went on to Slippery Rock. And you came back, Rick. You were an assistant back in 1974. You were a scout and statistician for Norm Zwald and Mike Dominic. Do you remember any of that, buddy?
Yes, I did. Actually, how times have obviously changed. Today, everything's digitally shared. You don't even have to go and scout a game today. Your opponents send you something called Huddle. Huddle provides digital recordings of the games, and then you request it, and they send it to you. Back in the day, you'd send a coach. When I started, it was with a piece of paper and a tablet. Pencils, and then we graduated to those suitcase VCRs on your shoulder or recorders.
Did you?
And then we went to mini cassettes and blah, blah, blah. But it's changed. It's definitely changed. The game is still the game, I'll be honest with you. But kids are still kids. But, yeah, it's changed somewhat. Yep.
You know, it was, you go back to the heyday, Rick. I mean, and, you know, just how the Elker program, and then we had to merge. I mean, the Johnsonburg Ridgway thing was inevitable. A lot of folks still kind of can't get a handle on that, but it wasn't necessary. You were there in 2013 when it started, and I remember you telling me a little bit about that first day. Could you go back to that, Rick? With first practice.
Yeah, first day, first practice. We were in the locker room, and the Ridgway kids sat on one side of the locker room, and the Johnsonburg kids sat on the other side, and in between shall not meet.
Yeah.
But be honest with you, the kids knew each other, you know, from over the years. Mm-hmm. We had some cousins, the Delhoney boys, mm-hmm. Cody and Jesse, and Johnsburg player. Oh my goodness, Bob. Sorry, Cole. My goodness gracious, I can't think of his last name. And they were cousins, mm-hmm. and the boys kind of broke the ice and started chatting and moving around. And 2-a-day practices, they started mingling a little more. And actually, after that first practice, sitting in the room, and the kids started chatting back and forth and hitting on the field. You know, it was one team. Honestly, it did not take long. It honestly didn't take long.
No, and it certainly has developed in the right direction, you know, and we might be seeing a little more of that as we go along. Rick, I got to go back, too, to, you know, you were honored by the Pennsylvania Football Association coaches, and I think the winner of 220, something like that for your work. And now, you know, you've continued now as the athletic director. What did that mean to you, Rick? I mean, I know you're a humble guy, but dang it, deep down, that had to make you feel wonderful.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise. We went to a coach's clinic, and I was asked to go forward. They gave me this, you know, this pretty little plaque as an appreciation at the time of 43 years. Mm-hmm. But, you know, you don't do it for the honors. You do it for the kids.
Right, right. And
I think sometimes people forget about the kids. It's not about the wins and losses. You know, hopefully I've had an impact on some of these kids' lives. Mm-hmm. I was always made it a point to know and learn something about these kids. When some kids come in gung-ho and ready to go, and others don't know much about the sport, and just kind of teaching them the game and appreciation of sportsmanship and playing in a team.
Yeah. And it's so cool to see the communities kind of get together, man. I mean, that was back in our day, my friend, that was unheard of. But when you see that today, to me, I get joy out of it. It's just so cool to see that, how the communities have meshed, and it's worked. I mean, it really has. Rick, you guys are going to be in Memorial Field on Friday, the Elkers, when they take on the Cane Wolves, will come in 2-0. It's cool to get back under that tunnel in Memorial Field. Do you remember that feeling? I mean, you saw both sides of it, buddy, as an opponent, as the home team. Just that aura at Memorial Field. That's just kind of a cool thing that does bring back memories, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I don't know of another venue that actually gives you that feeling like that, coming out of the tunnel, the fans, you know, beating on the steel bleachers, and it is a neat venue. We're really looking forward to playing. A very good Cane team. Their program was a little rough around the edges here a couple of years ago, and new staff last year turned the program around, and as you said, they're 2-0 coming in, so should be a good contest.
You know, there's been some memorable games between the two teams. I had written a piece not too long ago. Well, actually, it was a replay, but when they beat you on the big 95-yard pass when they were celebrating Kent Jenkins' life. You've had some battles in Ridgway and Kane. Just that rivalry, dude. I missed a lot of it, like from 1994 till 2018. But boy, it's always been a battle with Kane. One, you know, whether you're with the co-op or Ridgway. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, actually, I'm going to go back and date myself. I played against Moose Johnson.
Gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, I still remember. I think I'm still a little dizzy from some of those games. But, yeah, excellent. You know, they had D1 football players, always tough going up there, playing on a Saturday afternoon. They didn't have lights back then.
You're right, right.
It was always a challenge, and that was always our opener. You know, growing up.
Right.
That was our opener. So, yeah, it was a nice rivalry, and I just think that I call it, just hard-nosed football. It was always a hard-hitting game. And I'm going to throw you a little curveball.
Okay.
In the JV game my sophomore year, we were playing and throw a name, Ange Costanzo.
Angelo
boy.
Costanzo. Yeah.
He and I hit heads. He got up a little dizzy. I didn't get up.
Well, maybe that's why you excelled at track too, buddy. But
always a hard hitting and good sportsmanship. I really don't remember of any negativity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hard feelings, but always a hard hitting game.
Yeah, it was funny because when I was there for that game in 2019, that was the first time I had been under the lights in Kane. Because like I said, I left the area in 94, so that was pretty awesome. And Rick, again, the 600th win for a program. Just kind of put a period on that for me. What that means, man, that's just not something that happens every day, dude.
No, my thoughts are correct. We're the third team in D9.
Okay.
Along with DuBois and Clareville, I believe.
Wow, big boys.
And then one of 70 teams across Pennsylvania. And at one point, Pennsylvania had over 500 teams playing football.
Mm-hmm.
It is an accomplishment, and you look beyond the number. I mean, just looking at the coaches, the players that have all been a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not just district championships or AML or Bucktail Conference. I mean, this is a statewide recognition. It is pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know if today's kids appreciate that as much. It will stand with them someday.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously I was there for number 500. I believe that was Elk County Catholic game.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, and that meant something. But you know, it is a true accomplishment. And again, it goes back to all the coaches, all the players, and everybody that participated over the years.
Well, you've been a big part of that, my friend. And Rick, how's things going on the AD front, buddy? I might as well get that in as we're rolling here.
It's last year, my first year, I think things went fairly smooth for the changeover for me and for the district. This year it's been a little more hectic. Just a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
There's a new league. Obviously, we have in District 9.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Central League, and it kind of say mirrors, but we have the northern tier up in the northwest part of the district. We have the KSAC, and the Central League is something new and a lot of moving parts and changes.
Yeah.
And you're still competing with the same teams. It's just realigning things a little different.
Yeah, well, I know you're the man for the job, my friend. And Rick, it was so good to catch up with you. I hope to see you here sometime. And dude, you mean the world to me.
And you really are one of those people that is kind and does your best to make a difference. And I appreciate you taking some time out on this Labor Day, my friend.
Anytime, Bob. You know, we miss you on the sideline there.
Oh, buddy. A lot of memories. A lot of memories, especially with you getting special teams ready, buddy.
Yeah, just don't mic me during those, will you?
All right, my friend. Hey, Rick, you take care, and it's been a pleasure.
You too, my friend. Take care.
I really want to thank you folks for tuning in to Football Focus. Yeah, it's been a hectic week. We had my brother Brian's funeral today, and I want to dedicate to this program and some of the things we do in honor of my brother Brian, who I know is looking over us every day. Be kind and do your best to make a difference.